Right, so off the back of the last video, this is our water heater at the moment. It's gas driven and it's battery powered, and that's what ignites the gas. In this cold weather, the batteries get too cold overnight and there isn't enough power in them to actually ignite the gas. So first thing in the morning we wake up, we turn the hot tap on, there's no hot water. I've come up with a solution, possible solution for these batteries, and that's actually to plug it into the mains, and I'm going to show you what that is. Another issue we have, the gas pressure regulator off this big bottle, the gas in that also freezes. I say freeze, I don't know if it physically freezes, but it gets too cold and the valve in it doesn't open. So when I was away in Worcester with my mum on the previous video, Dawn was coming out. She was putting the batteries indoors to warm them up to get some power in them. She was also getting some warm water and pouring it on the gas regulator, and between the two the boiler would then start and work. Another issue is when it's really cold the pipes freeze, but this will be boxed in and it's going to have to be sooner than later. Right, so good old Amazon, we've got a AA battery eliminator power adapter. Now basically, we bought some of these a few Christmases ago for Christmas decorations that use batteries. Now we plug them in and they don't use batteries. So this is a 2 AA battery replacer. Now 2 AA batteries give you 3 volts. They're 1.5 volts each, together give you 3 volts. So this power adapter has a 3 volt output, and so it's just your standard jack plug end, 3 volt. And then in here is the clever bit. So that dummy battery now with this plugged in is a constant live battery. It will never run out because it is literally wired to this plug. So if it was a AA or a 2 AA device, you'd put them in your appliance like that. This is purely a dummy battery. This does nothing bar join the bottom and the top. So power in through, you then have a plugged in battery device, which is absolutely great. Now we have a bit of a problem though. The boiler uses D size batteries, the big round ones, and they're much bigger than these. So I had a little bit of a think, and I came up with a pack of 4 are standard. I came up with using these. Now these are, if you imagine these are real batteries, you put 3 of these batteries in one of these and it gives you the equivalent to a D battery. Now we only have 2. The nice thing with this is that one battery, because it's plugged in, gives as much power as 3 of them. So with that done and that done, there is my 2 D-size batteries. Right, so that's the original 2 D-size batteries. There is one of the converters, so they're the same size. So do away with these because they're expensive. Even when you buy Duracell, they're really expensive, and in the cold weather they still get drained. So I'm going to replace those 2 with this. There you go. Now the only thing you have to be mindful of, especially with Christmas decorations and things, is what we now have is the battery adapter cable coming out. Now on some devices that's going to try and pinch the cable as you close the battery cover. In this case it doesn't, it's just a very loose fit. You can see it moves around, but some things really are tight. And then this, and no, this isn't a waterproof adapter yet, but it also doesn't get rained on because it's covered over. So that's now plugged in. So hopefully when we turn a tap on indoors, this boiler will start up. And if it does, that's going to solve the problem of the batteries getting drained when it's really cold. Look at that. That's great. Now I do have a manual control out here I can turn the water on and off with, so I can hear how quickly it turns on. Yeah, no messing. It's actually quite annoying because we have had the same product, like I say, for our Christmas decorations for 5, 6, maybe 7 years. And it only occurred to me a few weeks ago that we could do exactly the same thing with the boiler. I think it was the fact that it was these big D batteries that were throwing me, because I could only find the A size battery power adapters. But that's that problem solved, where we're not going to have to buy an abundance of batteries. We're not going to have to take them indoors in the morning to warm them up, or bring spare batteries out and just eat a load of batteries through winter. Really pleased with that. I think it's a good idea. It will save a fortune on batteries, and it will stop, or it will be one less reason why we don't have any hot water in the morning.
So as you can see, Ben is back after doing those batteries, but the week didn't go quite as planned. I don't know what's going on lately. Our weeks seem to be not going as planned. First of all, the lime didn't arrive in the end. They haven't had their delivery, so we're still waiting on that. I mean, we're not in a huge rush, so it's not a big deal, but it would have been nice to have maybe started to repair some of these patches. But anyway, maybe that'll be an after Christmas thing now. But the following morning, Ben got up with such a sore throat. Lucas came back poorly as well from flying, I suppose, and the train, because he got trained down to Kent. And they quite kindly shared it with me too. So this week, we've been a bit poorly here. I couldn't think, and I was thinking back when the plague was about, I think black X's or black crosses were put on people's doors, and I feel like this week we've needed a black cross on our door because all three of us have been really quite poorly. But we did manage to not break with tradition, and if you will have been with us around this time last year and watched A Very Different Christmas, I think it is, you will have seen that we put our decorations up, our Christmas decorations up, on the 4th of December. And we do that because that's our daughter's birthday. And when I was little, they always went up on my birthday, which is the 14th. So my mum and dad still put their decorations up on the 14th. But we have managed to still get those done. But if you have watched A Very Different Christmas, we hope that you will notice that this Christmas and these decorations are a little bit more normal than they were last year. Last year we didn't have all of our decorations. We had the tree up, but we had a corner full of all of our belongings still in boxes, and a Christmas tree and a TV unit in here, and I think that was about it. So it's nice actually this year. It feels like home. Right, so here you go. I'll turn you around and you can have a look at the new improved, very different Christmas. Right, and there's Ben leaning on a really solid fireplace now.
Yeah, that's different in itself.
That's different.
I was being like Bing Crosby.
Yeah, you need a cardie.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And I can't sing. But yeah, just that alone, I leant on it.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, don't do that.
Because if we leant on it before, the thing would have just fallen off the wall.
So here we go. We got little bits actually. I'm going to show you this because my dad watches and comments every week. And he made this. He makes all sorts of... He's quite arty.
He's very arty.
He's very arty. Yeah, he is very, very arty. He's very, very good at pretty much whatever he turns his hands to. Lucas made those little snowmen about...
loads of
years and years ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is very different to how it was last year. I can't even remember if we could have a fire this time last year. I don't think we could, because we'd found it had come through upstairs.
We had the battery candles in the fireplace.
Yeah, we did, just to make it look pretty.
Battery candles, a fan heater.
Yeah.
A gas heater. Yeah.
But this is how it's looking now. And we have nice things now. I think this little cat here, Ben put a video up on Instagram and I think someone thought it was a real cat. It's not. It's actually a really, really good little ornament. And that was given to us by a couple of people who watch us on YouTube, wasn't it?
Yeah, he was on here, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was on there looking like he was going to set himself on fire, but it's not real. So that's where that came from, and they're a really sweet couple and gave us that as a gift. So there we go. There's our... If I turn... I'll bring you around in a circle, but I won't do it very quickly. And then you get to see how different, obviously still the plaster is as it is.
Yeah, and as you said, unfortunately...
Oh, and there's Alan. Always got to have a cat.
That wasn't the plan, was it, with these bits of plaster missing?
No. And there's the tree. And there's Ben again.
Not like Bing Crosby.
No. We did plan on having the outside lights up, didn't we?
Yeah, I'm itching to get those up.
Yeah, but it's kind of a bit poorly, and then it's just rained, and now we've got storms.
Yeah.
As well, so
they'll wait.
They'll go up.
They'll wait.
Right. So that's the living room. Oh, and also we obviously now have a carpet that we didn't have last year.
No.
And furniture. Kind of bypass that.
We had the sofa bed, didn't we?
No, we had the TV unit was over there.
Yeah, sofa bed was here.
Yeah.
Facing that way. Because there was no point in it facing the fire.
No. Right, so we'll take you out into the hall.
We're getting there.
So this is the living room that we're in at the moment. This is the hall with the radiator cover that Ben...
They're not radiator.
They're not radiator cover. With some bits and pieces there. Oh, and there's our corner house sign that came off of the old front door and it's not gone back on. And we have the garlands going up the stairs. It's like a recap actually of what we've done this year.
Yeah, it is. Doesn't feel like a lot.
No, it doesn't. It's been we've said it plenty of times, but this year has been a year that we're happy to say goodbye to, isn't it, really? It's been a rubbish year. So in here, we don't have a lot of Christmas, but we wanted to get some Christmas in here because this is the kitchen. We didn't have anything in here
No.
last year at all, and it just
I think-
felt very
Oh, it was just
unfestive.
Yeah, it was. Although we had the big kitchen or dining room table.
Yeah, so we've just got a tiny little tree that we bought half price from Tesco's last year, last minute.
Yeah.
And it's been outside growing away, and it's done really, really well. So we thought we'd bring him in, get some new decorations for it.
And I think that's the first time me and you have had 2 Christmas trees. I
Yeah.
think it's the first time I've had 2 Christmas trees.
But it's a cute little tree.
It is, it's lovely.
And that's a little white cabinet that we rescued from the house.
Yeah.
And we brought that back in this year and dried it out by the stove. Right, and then we'll nip upstairs. I'm going to leave it running as I go up the stairs.
I was just thinking the stove.
Oh, it stopped me.
The stove in the kitchen, when was that? I think that was April that got put in.
Yeah.
So this will be the first winter we've had with that stove in. And so far it's...
Yeah, with all of the stoves.
Yeah.
Right, let's go up the stairs. Because I know some people like to have a look out the window. I think it's quite windy still, but yeah, it's still quite blowy. But it's looking really nice now. You wouldn't know the havoc it's caused. Blue skies and a bit of sunshine. Right, and then I'll turn you round slowly. And we got bits on the landing. And then we'll take you into Lucas's room, because he's like Ben with the obsession with Christmas and Christmas lights, and he does a really good job.
His tradition is the 1st of December.
Yeah.
Now, because we were going to Worcester and he knew we weren't going to be here for the 1st of December, I think he got them up on like the 28th of November.
Yeah.
And it was all done and ready. And then he come back with a couple of finishing touches.
Yeah, done some more bits and pieces. Excuse the cobwebs and half mangled daddy long legs on the outside. We needed to get the ladder up, but because it's been so rough weather wise.
Yeah.
What we got? Tinsel and lights over there. Oh, looking at the ceiling, somebody else said about why have you got newspaper on your ceiling?
Yeah, it's looking like newspaper.
Yeah, it's not newspaper. It's a vapor permeable membrane.
Yeah.
Yeah, which we will have on the landing in our bedroom at some point.
But it did. We were like newspaper, and then
Yeah.
when we watched the video back, it looked like newspaper.
Yeah. So that's Lucas's.
And I know we bang on about this stove, dear me.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
25 degrees in here last night.
Ben was concerned that it wouldn't be big enough. And I said, that's all right, we'll try it out and we'll see how it goes. And if it's not great, we'll sort of look at getting something a bit bigger. But wow, it's definitely just fine.
It's the warmest room in
It
the
is,
house.
yeah.
Always.
Yeah, to go in from last year, he woke up and it was 6 degrees in his bedroom one day.
Yeah, we felt awful.
Yeah, so yeah, we're chuffed a bit.
It is, yeah. The stones, it's just
lovely.
It's so different. We come up here and go, it's lovely and warm in here.
Yeah, we should all just camp out in here, really.
Yeah.
Right, so that's
our Christmas bit.
Yeah, we was hoping, like we said, to have showed you the outside decorations that we do, but we haven't done those yet.
No. And now it's the storm.
Yeah, I was just going to show you a different view out the window.
The tarpaulin didn't.
Oh, yeah, that didn't. That lasted really well until yesterday, although the bit tied through the window is still hanging in there.
The lake.
I was going to say, I wanted to...
The lake's flooded.
I'm going blurry. Yeah. We did think about taking you down the land to show you, check on the land really with what trees we might have lost, but it's still too blowy at the moment. I was just looking at that one patch and it looks quite dense.
Yeah, it does. It's a lot of ivy though.
That's a picture, isn't it? I love windows like that. Well, I was going to say after last night's storm Dara, I think. It's relatively calm at the moment. I think we're orange weather warned in still until about 11 and then it should calm down, but we haven't ventured out properly other than to put the generator on because the electric went out about 11:30 I think last night, but it was lots of lying awake listening to slates rattling on the roof and the odd drip here and there. So I don't know what time we got to sleep, but we've had about 2 or 3 hours of sleep before the cats woke us up. But it seems really calm at the moment in comparison to last night. It was quite fierce. But once it's calmed right down, we'll have a wander around the house, make sure we still have guttering and we haven't got any missing slates.
So now the wind's died down a little bit, we've come outside just to check.
To freeze.
To freeze, yeah, just to check that we haven't lost any tiles or slates or any more gutters hanging off where it wasn't already missing.
We're absolutely amazed.
Yeah, we are.
Because we lay in bed last night listening to things rattling away, didn't we? And
yeah, the slates rattling.
we fully expected to have a few slipped and on the ground, but nothing.
No, there isn't anything.
Yeah, and the house is solid.
Oh, it is solid.
It's solid.
And warm compared to out
Yeah.
here. Even the microphone's got his fluffy little hat on.
Yeah.
The one thing that really amazes me is how well the water around the edge of the house has vanished. Before, all of that rain would just be sat in the soil and up against the wall of the house. So it's made a huge difference to how...
You're freezing.
Yeah, really cold. Full of cold.
Yeah, I know.
And really cold.
It's really sensible to come and stand out here. Yeah.
But when you look at the sky, it's as blue and the sun's shining, but it is bitter.
Yeah, it is now.
It is bitter.
It's dropped right down.
So that's, well, our week, really.
Yeah, it's our disjointed, strange
week.
Another week.
The battery replacement in the water heater, they've worked really well. So pleased with that.
Yeah.
We're expecting the generator to run out of petrol quite soon.
Yeah, well, we did attempt to drive out to go and get some more petrol, but we came across maybe 3 partially blocked roads with trees, and then we come across the one where it was completely blocked, so we turned around and just went home. And we're really glad that we did, because we just spoken to our neighbour, the farmer. He's just come back after being out since 10:30 to try and find some petrol for his generator. It's now 25 to 2. It's taken him that long to be able to find somewhere that had power that he can get some petrol.
Yeah, even the big towns around are all closed down. Nowhere's got any electric. So you might see this tomorrow, you might not.
No, you might not actually, no.
They're saying 5 o'clock.
Hopefully you do.
Yeah, they're saying 5 o'clock today, which
yeah.
is Saturday for the electric coming back.
Yeah.
But the whole of Ireland seems to be down of electric at the moment, so we'll see.
We'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens.
Hopefully you see it Sunday, yeah.
Yeah. So, as always, thank you so much for watching.
Yes,
I'm going back in the warm.
Yeah, so am I. I'm freezing.
Yeah.
I come out without a coat, so I thought I'd be alright.
Yeah.
It's cold.
I put mine on, I'm still cold.
Yeah.
And we will see you next Sunday. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.